Hello everybody, hope you're well. Welcome to what I am potentially prematurely calling the home straight. We've got some jobs to do within this episode that are really going to put us on the cusp of really just getting to that finishing line. I'll turn you around now, I'll show you what we're going to do in this episode and then we'll go from there. Well, as you may or may have not seen in a previous episode to this, which was solely focused on the company stairbox for all your staircase needs and the fitting of this staircase, you'll know that all this matters in a lovely job of plastering these walls down and blending that in ever so nicely. It's a beautiful, beautiful job. You may remember from previous episodes that this original feature, so to speak, in the brickwork, for whatever reason, down this corridor, was originally there, and then it made a really awkward bit at the stairs to box in, and it would have looked out of place. So what we decided to do is just bring it forward to the bottom of the stairs, and I think that looks rather nice. It's beautiful. And what Matt has also done, in order to save these, which is the only original feature left in the house, unfortunately, he's just done a lovely little job of just chamfering that in. All this is soundboarded all the way down the party wall, and then he's just chamfered that in and bonded that in so they stand out a bit more either side. And we're going to see how that looks now once it's all painted, which we're going to do, which brings us very neatly on to another one of Matt's lovely jobs, the living room, which is now entirely painted. We're going to blast it out, mist coat with this sprayer. We're not going to go into it again. If you really want to know the finer workings of how to operate this machine, you can watch this video. We did it ages ago and the link to it is in the description. If you want to see us paint the walls that already are painted, if you're new to the channel, then you're looking for this video. Of course, you know, we're not going to keep on going on about it, and we're certainly not going to film painting white paint on white paint, so we're just going to do this and then we'll show it you after, I think. Another good thing here is now that's done, once this is painted I can build my hearth and get that stone above that fireplace and get that fireplace in. So when I said that we're on the home straight, I really meant it. Another reason is that the kitchen is also ordered, which is ace, so that's in the process of being made. And obviously then delivered, which is again brilliant. Matt is coming back on Monday to plaster the utility, which is all boarded out now. Once that's done, if I can show you, all these cables are all going to be surface mounted. They can then get installed, made live, what are you going to call it, along with these, which will then power the boiler, which means then we'll have heating. So we are getting there. All these little jobs are getting there. I also went to the tool fair in Coventry a couple of weeks ago, and I got myself some new boots. So we'll see, I'll let you know how they go. What I like about these, look, if I can show you. They're fully Gore-Tex. They've got a carbon fibre toe cap, so it's super lightweight, but they haven't got that weird stitching bit there, which always goes and leaks. So I'll let you know how they go. Well, then 80 quid they are. So we'll work. But there we are. There we have it. Right then, I'm going to crack on. I'm going to mist coat that. I'm going to give all the white walls a second coat, and then we'll see where we are, because something else has been delivered to be installed upstairs. You all right, Rich?
Yes, thank you.
Bloody spoil sport. Well, there we have it. Another white room. You've seen one before, no doubt you'll see one again. Well, that's basically it. So what I've got to do now is the whole stairs and landing behind me, and then we'll find something else to do. Right, we just thought we'll show you the makeup of this door, simply because the thickness of the wall, as you can see, is massive, and we're having to just sort of design and build as we go to try and make it look as best as possible, which is going to look ace. All it's got to beat aesthetically is what was here before, which was a door frame, architrave, and then it was just polyfiller in between. It was all falling out, as you can imagine. So what we've done here is put what Richard's done, I should say, is put the frame or lining, whatever, standard to the plasterboard on this side, and then architraved, as you can see, with our custom head, top of the door. But then, as I've showed you, it's left this bit of a gap here, and that is sort of what Rich is knocking up now, made up of architrave, sort of a frame or a lining to go around the lining. So we're going to foam it all in. We've been using the Bondit Mega Stick, which is ace. That's going absolutely nowhere now. Obviously, it's yeah, as beautifully modelled by my glamorous assistant. Of course, it's screwed and fixed and everything anyway as well. So yeah, so we'll just thought we'll show you this halfway through, and then we'll show you once that's in, and we'll show you it's all painted. And it just goes to show what you can actually, do when you got a bloke like him lying around.
I'll tell you what though, is it worth pointing out the joint between Matt's plastering?
Yes, go on. We'll have a look at this. Look, the plastering up there. That's paint. That's had 2 coats now, and that's something you can't see it. I mean, it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. Okay, that's what is made. Kind of a lining for the lining, so to speak. Right, let's see it then.
This is unfair, you know. Making me do this on camera.
I don't know.
It first yet.
I think if I film it, I ain't got to help, so.
True. True.
Oh, yes.
Are we having that or what? What do we think of that?
I think we're happy. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's just got to be fixed. I think
Excellent.
I think we're okay.
Well done. Nice one. Right, we'll get it fixed, and then we'll show you when it's all done. Well, another day, another milestone that I'm celebrating anyway. I've been round, and all walls, all ceilings now have had 3 coats of paints, and it is looking rather beautiful. To that end, I've been able to go around and take all the plastic off, and it's really transformed all the rooms again. So it's looking like something now. Very, very excited. But we're into a bit of a slog period because I've decided I am going to paint all the woodwork, the skirtings and the frames, all that sort of stuff, by hand. I've deemed it too much to mask off the entire house and then spray it all and whatnot. And then if the masking tape takes a little bit off the emulsion, and all that touching in and whatnot, I think that'll be a bit of a mind number. So I'll just plod on, go around and do everything by hand. And I'm not going to show you because you're not going to watch a video of a bloke glossing skirtings, are you? But I will show you what paint I'm using and blah blah blah. But to that end, I've got to go and prep everything. Now, as we've been making all the fitting all the skirtings, I've been going around and filling all the holes and that inner linings as well. And I've noticed a couple that I've missed, so I thought I'll just show you what I've been using. For the skirtings, which are MDF, not wood, a clear distinction that we'll go into later, I've been using this One Strike filler, super lightweight by Everbuild. I've been using this. It was in the shop basically, and I read all the instructions, and it sort of ticked all the boxes I wanted to do, and it is very, very good stuff. I'm going to show you how I use that in a second. And on the door lining that are wood, I've been using this Tetrion flexible wood fill. There we go. Both ready mixed, so just open the tub and go for it, which is another factor why I bought these two, and they're working out very well. So I'll show you what to do, or how I do it then. I don't know, one of you might get something out of it and it'll be worth it, won't it? Another thing I've got to do as well is, one thing I have noticed I should say, is that when I decorated the loft, which is going back a couple of years, I know, I've noticed that I've got some knots coming through, little horrible little brown stains coming through on a couple of the frames. Now I used this stuff, Liberon knotting solution. I believe I did it right. I cleaned everything down. I put at least 2 coats on, I'm sure I did. And as I say, it's coming through. So I've got in contact with my painter decorator mate, who is the bee's knees. And he said wipe everything down with methylated spirit. I got this one straight out the fridge, you know what I mean? And then 2 coats with 2 hours drying time between each coat of this Barotene Wood Care White Knotting. So give it 2 coats of that, as I say, with 2 hours of drying time between each one. And he's never had a problem, and I'm hoping I'm never going to have a problem. So that's what I'm going to do. As I say, I'm not going to show you doing it because, well, I mean, come on, you know, it's boring, isn't it? But to be fair, I won't be doing it because I've got a bit of help today, and I've had a bit of a help on and off through what was the summer holidays that have just gone by. He doesn't want to be on camera, so I'll just quickly just show him there. His name's Harry. He's a 15-year-old lad. He's at school, so he can only help on weekends, today, Saturday, and the school holiday's just gone. And he's the son of my mother-in-law's mate. So there we go. And he's a very, very nice and helpful lad. And I gave a bit of an age test, and I said, do you know who Bono is? And he said, what's a Bono? So, yeah. Does that make me old? Should he know who he is? Whatever, I'll put that one over to you. What's a Bono? It's great, isn't it? Right, so I'm going to show him how to do that, and then he's going to go around and do it all whilst I start a little bit of glassing. So, yeah, I'll show you then how I'm going to fill these holes, and then I'm going to get the brush out. Right, well, these skirtings have been glued on with the Bondit Mega Stick, which is ace stuff, and also it's had a couple of little pins put in, which top of my head I can't remember what gauge they are. It's Richard done it. I think it might be 18 gauge, but I will put it on screen now. Whatever it is, I'll get it all confirmed with him. So we've got to fill those holes, obviously. Now they are nice and flush with the actual material itself, with the face of the MDF. Again, MDF, which is not wood. And the reason why that's important is, when it comes to filling, the old technique of leaving it proud and sanding it back, there's no need to do that when filling this type of hole on MDF. In fact, it's recommended, or I recommend that you don't. Get yourself a good filling tool or a little filling knife, very, very flexible, straight, very, very thin piece of metal. That's all it is. Just got these off Amazon. There's a pack of about 5 or 6 all different sizes. Very, very cheap, to be honest. Yeah, get this stuff, which is extremely lightweight. It feels like just a tub of marshmallows, to be honest with you. So I can do this. Get a little bit on, get it into the hole, and scrape off all excess. Don't leave any on the face of the material. Now that hole now is filled. Let it dry. Paint it straight over. No sanding. Reason for that is this isn't wood, as I keep saying. It's MDF. If you over sand this, it'll fur up, it'll burr up, and you'll just see it, and you won't get it back to its nice finished state that is there. Or it's very, very difficult. So you're in a world of hurt, and there's zero need to do it whatsoever with this size of hole on this material, on this MDF, and that is all you do. And that, as I say, all excess straight, which is why it's important that's nice and straight, and it goes straight off. Takes it all off. Look how much that's took off as well. The only filler that is on that MDF now is what is filling that hole. Done. Leave it to dry, paint it. You will not see it, trust me. And then you go around the entire house and repeat that process. Now door linings are different. And this is said door lining, real wood. So I'm going to use this stuff, Tetrion wood fill, straight out the tub. And essentially it is the same process where you get some out and then really fill that hole. Now it's obviously a lot bigger hole because these are screws, so this may take another filling once it's gone off. But with this stuff, because it's wood, you can leave this proud. And if you see that is in no way, that filler, flush with the timber. It's coming off, I don't know, fractions of a millimetre, whatever it may be. But that isn't an issue at all, because what you can then do is sand it all back with a little sanding block. And really, if I was to do it up here, do it there, it's really just take it back and sand it all back into the hole, and it'll be fine. It's wood, that's next to nothing in terms of grit, and so it won't damage the timber at all. And then you can just sand all that fillet back into flush with the face of the lining, and it'll be ace. Now on there, and then we can see that there's a lot there. So what you can do if you wanted to, that's just a waste of filler, you just go around the hole itself like that, taking that excess off, but leave the actual filler on the hole proud, and it'll sand back lovely. And it really does. I mean, I've used some stuff before, and it's very difficult to sand, but this stuff isn't. It goes all the way back. So I've always got to let that to dry, leave it to dry, I should say, for quite a while. And then possibly once I've sanded, if there's a slight hole, I'll have to do it again. But I will just show you one that's downstairs that is dry, and I'll show you one that's sanded back, and then yeah, that'll be that. Well, here's one I prepared earlier at yesterday's efforts. I mean, that's excessive, that is. I took my eye off the ball on that one, to be honest with you, but that's obviously proud of that. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to do it one-handed. And there we go. I say excessive. That's how easy it is to sand. And that is effectively gone, which is ace. Now, rule of thumb, run your thumb over it, or fingers, could be a rule of finger, how you want to do it. And then if you feel anything, you will see it. So if you feel it's raised, if you try and paint it, you'll feel it, so sand it back. And there's a slightly little indent to it, again, you will see it. This one's by the front door. As soon as you walk in, you'll know it's there. It'll just drive you crackers for the rest of your life. So if it's slightly indented, then go over it again with the filler. Now, if it is ever so slightly, very, very small indent, you can use the white stuff and go over it. That's fine. But anything deeper, anything, oh no, that's a definite dent. Then just get the wood through it and just be patient with it. Again, here's another one. And there we go. I can't feel anything there, so excellent. That's how easy it is. It just takes time to dry out and everything. And if you do what I did and tape up all the windows, you know, there's no air in here, it takes a little time, but it's one of them things it's worth taking your time with, because if you know it's there, you're always going to see it. And as I say, it's going to drive you crackers. Right, I'm going to repeat that process, well, Harry is, everywhere around the house where it needs to be done. And then, oh, there he is, look. And then I'll get some painting done. Well, I just thought I'd give you a quick update, because I haven't been filming a lot, because I'm painting white things white, and there's only so much of that I can do. It's pre-primed MDF. I've undercoated it, and I've given this room 2 coats of gloss. I'm not too sure whether that's what you're supposed to do or whatnot, but that's all it's getting, because if I do any more, I'll be decorating this room with brains, because I'm here to explode. So there's only so much of painting white things white you can do, and then you walk out the room at the end of the day, look behind you, you don't look like you've done anything. But we are getting there. But the exciting thing is that there's little bits that are just coming together now. Rich has just put the architrave around the bathroom door inside the house. I'll show you the inside of that a little bit later on, which is beautiful. That's obviously going to have glass above it. I love these top of these doors, man. Right, that's just blended in just really well. Love it. What a bit of a... I'm glad we cut that up, Rich. You?
Happy accident. That is.
Happy
I think it
accident.
looks really, really good.
And then there's little bits. There's little bits here as well. That little ledge up there, and this little bit of boxing in around the pipe that comes down there. It's all, oh, thank you, it's all just coming together, isn't it? But the other reason why I wanted to start filming is because, to put Rich on the spot,
Don't put me under pressure.
we're just tarting up. If I come from this side,
This is a base rail for what will be the It's a ground, sorry, for the base rod of the spindles. So it looks, the carpet runs up against it, right up against your base rod. It looks better.
Yeah, so we're basically tidying up where our wall meets the floor. You've got this horrible little junction here. So what we're going to do, there we are. That, if it fits, if he's put it right, we shall see.
No, I mean, the price of this stuff.
I mean, you know, of every faith. That's going to that ball nose is going to overhang, and that's going to go up against it. Let's see if it fits first, and we'll show you. Yeah. Bloody hell, Rich.
What's happened there?
Oh no, yeah.
There's someone else got it.
It's good first. I knew if I kept filming on everything, you'll get one right first time.
Well, how many lenses is this now? 4?
It's amazing, yeah. It's only cost $2.5 this. So as you can see, we've still got that horrible bit there, look, but then we're going to get a piece of architrave, which is obviously should be cut to length, and that'll go above there, or under there, I should say. So we've still got that little bit of a detail there, and I think that is absolutely lovely. What do you reckon?
I think it's worked out all right.
Yeah, it has, hasn't it? Yes, well done, mate. Nice
Bad
one.
for a rough one, really.
Nice one. Which, and the bad news that is, it's just adding to me glossing, isn't it? But there we go. Not to worry, not to worry. We shall plough forward, and then we'll crack on. Matt's downstairs plastering the utility. We'll go and see how he's getting on in a bit. Right, another day, another task. And today's task is focused solely on the ensuite and sorting these shower panels out. And we'll go into a lot more detail about that in a second when I show you what we've got downstairs. Got to keep my voice down because we're doing some filming here today with Professional Builder magazine. They've got in contact. We've made a couple of films for them now, and we're doing one today. They're all downstairs doing that little bit of filming, so got to keep a little bit on the old hush hush. It's in conjunction with a company called Bondit that do all different kinds of sealants and adhesives, that kind of thing. But you'll see all that video when it comes out on their channel. We'll let you know when it's out, but all that will be on there. But whilst Matt's doing his bits of camera, me and Rich can start measuring up these panels, get them cut to size, and then we'll be using the Bondit product to glue them on. And here he is, speaking of which, the creeper. Yeah, so I'll show you these panels downstairs, and then we'll go from there.
There's also a link in with that as well, so yeah. Just trying to keep it really simple.
I've got to say,
His kit's better than mine, isn't it? Well, I've got a Pixel 6 Pro. Right then, anyway. Let's have a look what we're dealing with. These are said panels with a cardboard box for it anyway, and they have been supplied very kindly for free by the panel company. Where'd you go for your panels? Well, you go to the panel company, didn't you? And they are beautiful. They got in contact after the bathroom video and said, they're nice panels. Can we work with you? Any future work you've got? And I said, well, I've got my ensuite coming up. And I said, excellent. What would you like? And I said, I would like these bad boys. Ta-da! Beautiful. And I have supplied 4 of these and the internal corner trim, which is very, very nice, and we'll be using the Bondit adhesive to put it on as a part of the video. So we're going to film as much as we can in terms of cutting these, go through the quality of these, because they are very, very nice, as you can see, and they look even better in real life. They're excellent. So we're going to cut these to size, and then we'll try and film a little bit of them going on, but that might have to be for the other video that they're here to actually film. But just to show you, it's like a hollow plastic. What are they? They are 2.4 tad over by a metre. So there'll be less joins in these than there were in the ones in the main bathroom, which is nice. And the reason why we've gone for this design will all come apparent when the shower screen goes in, because it all ties in all nicely. I think it's going to look lovely. But yeah, I think the main bathroom was more my design, but my wife's got me a talent into me on this one, so this is what we're going with this one. But I like it.
Better,
obviously.
This would be better.
Yes.
Clearly.
Yes, clearly. Yeah, so there we go.
Camera off yet?
Very, very,
Say no,
very, very nice. No, I like them.
Yeah, nice.
I like them. I like it. So yeah, beautiful. So we'll get these cut to size, and then we'll get them stuck on. Right, typical, isn't it? We've come outside for the first time and God knows how long, and it started to rain. But it'll be all right because they're waterproof, ain't they? They'll be fine. Right, we don't need the full width of this, so we're just going to cut this down to this line here, and we're going to use 1mm on the angle grinder. We'll see how that fares, or if it furs up or whatnot. If not, then we might use a multi-tool. We'll use whatever we need to, and then we'll let you know the best way of cutting it. We'll see how we get on with that. Now, the reason why we're cutting that side off and not this side off is that we want this side into our corner. This is the back of the shower, if you know what I mean. So that's the controls are going to be cut out there. And what we want is this side to go into our internal trim that the panel company, internal corner trim that the panel company have also supplied us. So if you can imagine that this is said trim here, like that, and then this panel needs to sit in all the way to this bit here, nice and flush with that, just to make sure that we're waterproof. So for that we need a square edge, and it's far easier to cut this bit off here, just flush that down. Zip that off down there, which will leave that nice flush bit there just to go all the way into our trim. If we'd cut this side off here, as you can see, there's a bit more to cut off there. It's a bit more awkward to get it nice and straight, so that's why we chose that side. That is basically it. So we'll zip that off then. We'll see how we get on. It also needs to be cut down to height, because we've got this is going to sit on our tray, and it goes over and down our tray onto the floor, so we've got to cut the tray out of it at the bottom. So we'll do all that. We'll let you know whether that's the right tool for the job, and then we'll get it upstairs and we'll get it stuck on. Right then, what can I tell you? The 1mm, take your time with it. 1mm in an angle grinder gives a beautiful clean cut. Excellent. So we're happy with that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to offer it up to the shower tray now, and then mark it rather than measure it and get it wrong, because we've got one shot at this. Then we can also offer it up and mark where the controls come through and get that right. And then we're going to stick it on. So we'll just do all that, and then we'll reconvene upstairs and we'll get it on the wall. Right, well, as you can see, everything has been cut round the shower tray and the hot and cold for the shower. We've cut this to size. It's all been this is the corner trim. That's what I was talking about earlier. Look, so the panel has got to go into that slot all the way to the back to make it all nice and waterproof. We will be running a bead of the sealant in it as well anyway. But that's all really we can film now, because we've got to hand over to the other videographer. Ooh, look at us.
The other one?
The other one, yeah.
And you call yourself videographer?
Yeah, it's true, yeah. And we've got to film putting it all on using your DC for that. But basically, as you can see, that's where it's cut round, holes for the hot and cold, and we're just going to glue it on. Now, the best practice is what I recommend is you glue your trim on first, into the corner, and then as your panel slots in, then if there's any undulation,
that's a good word.
Good word, left or rightness to the wall, you've got that 14mm, I think it is, 14mm there to play with if it doesn't quite go in square. But we've put it all in, and it does, and it's all right. So for ease for us, we're going to glue that on to the panel first and offer it all up in a wanna. But that's not what they recommend that you do, but that's what we're going to do, and that's just the way that is. And then to finish it off on this edge here, you can get proper trims for it. I say proper trims. These are tile trims. Now these are what I had left over from the main bathroom, so I've decided to use them. And then what's going to happen is, as this goes up, as modelled by my, again, glamorous assistant, that we're going to offer those up there. And just, it is back to front, yeah, hold on a bit. Switcheroo.
But they're touching your walls.
Again.
Don't, I didn't mean it.
Well,
it's an accident.
yeah. That's going to go on there, and that's going to finish it off. Simply because I got these lying round, and what's the point in either throwing them away? Can't keep them for another job because they're just going to get wrecked.
But that looks beautiful.
And that looks really nice, yeah. So, yeah, really nice. So we've got enough, as you can see there, to go down the side. Where are we? Down the side, along the top, and we're going to come all the way into this wall. We don't need one there, obviously. And that is going to be that. So we'll show you the finished product, and yeah, then we'll move on. Right, Richard's having the time of his life using that. The video for the other channel is now done, so that is the result of that. Just basically glued on with the Bondit Pro Grip, and yeah, what can I tell you? A piece of plastic glued to a wall. Don't get much better than that, does it? So we're going to continue that now across this wall, using the remainder of what we've got left with the Pro Grip stuff and the old DeWalt thing, whatever you want to call that. Yeah,
Plastic gun, I reckon.
yeah. Why not? Why not? And then we'll get that on, get them up, get them completed, and yeah, and then we'll get the shower tray on. Not the shower tray, the shower screen, and it'll all start coming together. Right, part way through, and it's all looking lovely. Just got this little bit to do now, and something quite miraculous has happened, which we'll go into in a second. But those that join there, you can just see it. That goes together beautifully, doesn't it? So it's all looking rather nice, rather lovely. Now in terms of this one here, you always come outside of the tray and then the screen goes within it like that, about there. We'll show you that in a second. So what we've done is just decided that we wanted to come to that point there for no reason whatsoever. So we just measured it, that's what we wanted, and cut it off. And the offcut is over there. Now it comes to this bit. Well, how wide's that? Well, that is, if I can do this one-handed, oh, you can see that. That is 165 millimeters. Well, what's our random offcut? 165 millimeters. Absolutely perfect. All we got to really do is just lean it up a little bit, glue it and stick it in. Beautiful. Now it is going to be a little bit short because I randomly cut that bit off because I thought it was an offcut going into the skip to see how well it's stuck, to see how good this Bondit stuff is. And you know something, it is very, very good. So we're a little bit short, so we're just going to return the skirting a little bit, so when the vanity unit goes in, it just goes to then, and then you can't see the gap. Now it's either that or cut that much off a perfectly fine full panel, and I ain't going to do it because it's just worked out too perfect. So there we go. There we have it. Beautiful. Well, we've cracked on a bit. We've got them on. Let's show you how well that worked out. Look at that. It's a little bit short at the bottom, which we'll return that skirt into. But as an offcut, ain't that nice? Put the black trim along the top. Everything's looking brilliant. Got a bit on the wall there to wipe it off. It's took the emulsion off a bit, but I've got to go around the entire house when it's all finished anyway and tart a few things up. But there we go. I think they look lovely. So now we're in the process of fitting the actual screens, and the screens in question are these little bad boys, which I think will look quite nice, especially with the design of the panels. So there we go. So all you do with these then, they're all from Victorian Plumbing, I think it is. Yeah. That bit of sealant on the rail there, which is identical to the one that's just been screwed on there. Put that one on there like that, and then we've got, they just then slot in, which we'll show you, fixing, held in place with an arm that goes from the glass to the wall, and then from that arm to this piece of glass there, like a T-piece at the top. And then that's basically it, a bit of sealant, and away we go. So this panel's going to go from there to there, closing the back off completely, and then this one is just short, so there's no door as such, it's just a gap that it leaves is your entryway in, which you'll see when it's all done. Yeah, all fairly straightforward. And then we'll get the toilet in, and the vanity unit, which is all ready to go over there. Beautiful. And there we have it, bathed in beautiful sunlight. It's a lovely day outside, and it's making the inside look even better. Those are the shower panels. And aren't they lovely? I really do like those. Very effective, very easy. Zero maintenance. No grout lines to go mouldy. Nothing. It's beautiful. Very, very nice. Thank you, the panel company, for all your help and your very generous offer. Glenn is a fella that I dealt with. Thank you, Glenn. I know you watch the channel, mate. Really, really appreciate that, because they are gorgeous. Ain't they just? Mirrors ordered. Electrician's got to come back and sort that. And the fan. But he's done the lights. Oh, yes. Beautiful. And that ain't it. Because he's done this one and all. And that one. And these. As well as this one. Now, the thing is, he ain't done the bathroom ones. Oh, here he has. Has he done my daughter's room now? Of course he has. Picture the scene. I've got to get into the loft in the middle of the night safely. Can I do it? Of course I can. Oh, and these ones come as standard. Oh, beautiful. I've even got lights downstairs as well as upstairs. Problem is though, I've come downstairs and I've got to get all the way back up there to turn them off. Oh no, I haven't. Oh, beautiful. And as for the living room, nah, nothing. Give us a chance though. Baby steps. And as I keep saying that lovely little phrase, we're getting there, aren't we? All that needs to go in upstairs now is the 2 fans in the bathroom. And I think that's it. That's the loft and the first floor completely done, electrical wise. Wow, I've only just worked that out. Ace. Okay, right then, we really are getting somewhere. Now, I'm looking at something just behind this camera that's very exciting, and it's changed the course of the next episode, because what I was going to do is get the fireplace sorted, get the stone above it built a half, get the fire installed, because we're running out of time with that. I've got a bit of a deadline. The fella's getting booked up. I need to get him in, so I do need to crack on with it. I need to get it up to regs as well, because the regs for that are different for certain building regs that I'm used to. So it's quite enlightening actually. So we'll go through that as and when. That was going to be the next episode, but it ain't going to be, because look what's been delivered. The kitchen. The kitchen is here. It's all here, quite amazingly. We'll go through all that in the next episode of fitting it. It's a true handleless kitchen. If you don't know what that is, neither did I until I sent a picture of something that me and the wife liked to the kitchen company. I went, oh, okay, yeah, it's true handleless. I had no idea. So it's a bit enlightening. It's different from a normal handleless kitchen, so to speak. It's not just the doors. It's not just the fact that it hasn't got handles. There's rails in between. The cabinets, the spacing's all different. How it all goes together is ever slightly different. And we've never done one before. So in conjunction, sort of, not financially, nothing to do with YouTube or anything, but the kitchen company are helping us in terms of they're going to come out, talk us through a few things, sent the guide over, all that sort of stuff. So we're going to go for all that in the next episode, and we're going to see, are they worth it? Are they super complicated? Can they be easier? Well, we'll see, won't we? We'll see. We'll go through it all. So that's it then for this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. And until the next episode, by that point, I'll have a kitchen, which is very, very exciting. So until then, take care and thanks for watching.